welcome to the Rubber Room. It's me, Chris Colley. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Rochester Hills, Michigan. I usually don't come on to my Facebook page on Sundays, but I did want to share with you a couple things. There's so much happening with Stampin' Up! Right now. We have a retirement list. We have colors that are changing up and colors that are retiring and new colors coming in and things going on the online exclusive list. There's just a ton happening, and I'm trying to get the Rubber Room organized and sadly having to say goodbye to some things and making space for some new in colors and just lots of things. So one of the things I'm doing is just clearing off my desk. I just kind of pile things on my desk and I need to get them off my desk. So I am going to finish sharing our birthday cards with you. So we're going to be using the Sunprints Designer Series paper. On Wednesday, I shared the first half of this class with you. So this is kind of just the second half. We're going to be using the Go-To Greetings, and we're going to use this little happy birthday right here, and then also the Something Fancy. Go-To Greetings and Something Fancy, I believe, are both going to be in the new catalog, which is nice because you guys that know me know I love this Something Fancy. It has these great little dies, dies that coordinate with it. So super easy to coordinate sentiments with. And we also are using the Memories and More cards and envelopes. These will also be going over into the new catalog, I believe. I'm not promising anything right now because, like I said, I'm just getting to it. But there are 40 pieces in here, so you're going to get 10 of these big cards with a coordinating envelope. Let's get our envelope out here. And then, nope, that's a little card. And then 10 of these little cards. And so you have a matching envelope for your little card. And I'm not getting oh, there's a matching envelope for our big card. Okay. And everybody that joined the birthday club got one of these packets as part of joining and their kit that they received when they joined. So let's start off with this, with our little card. And this little card is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let me just turn this over and make sure I'm not telling you a story. They do come scored, so you're just gonna fold and burnish on that score line. And yep, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so we are gonna cut a piece of Designer Series paper, which of course I don't have here. I have everything but that. Oh no, I don't. I have it here and already got Crazy Girl here today. This is actually part of the kit that they got, so we're going to do this piece right here, which is already cut 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm just going to add my regular Stampin' Seal on there and attach it to the top of my card base. This paper is so gorgeous. It is one that I am truly going to miss. Some of our Designer Series paper just really speaks to me, and I have to put it into a frame. My gals Jackie and Marielle know that as I set up my displays, I always have paper and frames out because the paper's gorgeous and it just really deserves a frame. So I'm going to have to peel it up there one more time because I'm chatting and I really forgot to add my ribbon to the back of this. So I don't recommend that you do this. But if you have to do this, the best way to do it is to heat the back of your cardstock, and that will melt your adhesive down, and so it will pop right off there. So what I'm gonna do, before I do that, is I'm gonna cut a piece of our ribbon to wrap right around the back of there. I'm hoping that these scissors come back in the catalog. I absolutely love these scissors. And I'm gonna cut a piece of our denim. Our denim ribbon is gonna be coming back. So I am excited about that. And then I'm gonna cut another little piece just like that. Okay, so I want to get this kind of fringy little skirt-like edge on there. So I am going to just cut this whole edge of my ribbon off. And I'm going to cut as straight a line as I can, but I'm not going to like flip out if I don't get it completely straight, because it's going to be okay. It's going to just make a little fringe on the edge of my sentiment, so it'll be like on the bottom of my sentiment. So if it is not straight, it won't matter a lick. I hope you guys are really having a good weekend. My husband got sick today. Actually, he started not feeling good last night, and just kind of, it's kind of continued into today. We were gonna get a COVID test, but it is strictly his stomach. He started having stomach issues last night, and then today is a little bit stuffy, but still hasn't been able to eat or keep anything down. So I'm assuming it's just a colder flu, and we have been having all kinds of weather changes here. Like it's 70 one day and it's 20 the next day, and so I think that helped to kind of get your sinuses going. And I don't know about you guys, but living in Michigan, you just kind of always have a sinus allergy thing going on as things are budding, and so I think that's kind of what he's dealing with. I don't know why that's kind of giving me a little bit of a problem pulling it out there. Oh, there we go. So I hope that you guys are staying healthy, enjoying a little bit of sunshine today. I think we're going to hit some really warm weather coming up this week, which will be nice. We've had lots of rain. In fact, yesterday I just had kind of that sinus headache all day, so I'm excited to not be dealing with it today. Okay, so that first piece came out really, really easy. So of course the second piece is going to be a little trickier. But you're just going to pull it. See how you get that nice frayed little edge there? And if you have trouble pulling lots of them at once, just go back and pull one or two. Sometimes I get a little excited. Ribbon is my favorite, and I love to kind of alter it. I know a lot of people like to alter frames or wood pieces or something like that. I like to alter my ribbon. That comes from my downline Jackie, who taught me that. She does all kinds of ribbon altering, and so fraying and tying lots of different pieces and textures together, which is just really kind of a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece, and I'm just going to set it on here, tape it to the back, and I'm going to go just about in the middle here. I'm going to cut my extra off, and I'm going to add some adhesive back there, but I'm actually going to add my Stampin' Seal Plus. You guys can hear that noise. Sorry about that. I actually got a nice little caddy that is on my desk, and I just kind of stick my Stampin' Seal Plus in there, trying to make it so that I have all of my things when I'm ready to go right at hand. So now I'm just going to take this piece of denim ribbon. Here's my longer one. And put that right on the center over my white frayed ribbon. Okay. And then again, I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus on there. And then I'm going to re-adhere it to my card base. So I'm just going to bring my card base in and plop it right on there. Okay. And down. And I'm going to actually pull this up just a tad bit because I want some of that white frayed ribbon at the top and the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to take my words, set that aside, stamp them in my Native Navy. Get rid of all my trash here. Okay, so I'm going to stamp them here in my Native Navy. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm using my words, I like to angle them on my block just so I can see if I think that it's really hard for me to get them straight on my block. So if I angle them, I get a better grasp of where I'm stamping and whether or not they're straight. And this is just a scrap piece of paper that was on the table. Got a little bit of a ink on my edge, so I think I'm gonna actually take it and stamp it on the other side. Okay, I think I like that one better. And then I have my beauteous boho blue. I can't wait to get that new in color into my hands. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, it's like the anticipation. We knew that boho blue machine was coming for so long, and now we can almost finally get it. We get to pre-order, demonstrators get to pre-order on the 4th. So tonight I am going to be making my wish list. I told myself I would not make my wish list or my pre-order list until I had pulled out my retiring stuff and got myself organized and had a good idea of what I still had to work with and what I needed to replace. And okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to line this up and I'm going to take a little Post-it note and center my words. I'll do this without that white piece under so you can kind of see. I'm going to center this die right on top of the words, and this is a stitched rectangle die. And I'm just going to center it right on top of my words and put my little Post-it note on there to hold it. And there we go. I'm going to layer this up and bring my machine in and run it through there. Once I get it in, I'm just going to put my hand on the top for a little bit more stability, and this hopefully will lessen the amount of shaking that you get to experience. I love this little machine. If you guys don't have the blue one or the white one, they both do the same thing. The blue one's just a little bit more fun for me. But they are going to go up in price in the new catalog. So if you don't have one and you have your heart set on one, you might want to order it before you can order from the new catalog and get a little bit of a price break. And also, if you're looking for a price break, of course, the joining deal is the best deal in town. And then not only do you get a break on your starter kit when you join our Stampin' Up! Family, but you also totally lost my train of thought there. You also get to purchase pre-order this month and use a 20% discount, and then you can order from the new catalog, and everything you order is at a 20 or 25% discount. So it definitely, if you are a savvy shopper, that is the way to go, because every purchase you save a little bit of money. And if you are like me, I like to save as much money as I can. So that is a huge deal for me. And of course, it's the other big benefit for me is our team. We have a wonderful team that I just absolutely adore. We have team meetings each month. We have stamp days. We just have a really good time. Okay, so there we go so far. And then I have this other piece of ribbon here, right? And this is another little a trick with some ribbon. Hi Kay, thanks for tuning in today. I'm glad you're here and thanks for sharing. I love that you're always here watching me and sharing my videos. So I am going to take just the edge off this ribbon. And this is kind of, it has more of a solid edge on both sides. And you could use just this piece if you wanted to, but I actually am going to take this piece and fray it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these strands out from this edge. And that's what I'm going to use from this ribbon. I got a little bit of sticky on my finger there, so it's all sticking to it. So I'm just going to pull that part. And then you're left with this, which will make a really pretty little bow or tie on something. But this one I'm just going to twist up. And you'll have these little kind of flyaway pieces. It's like when they layer your hair and you get those little uneven pieces and they fall out. So I'm just going to slide this under my Night of Navy. I'm not going to slide it under the white frayed ribbon, just under the navy ribbon. And tie that in a knot there. So I'm going to come back around. That little piece got away from me. I could have cut this piece a little bit longer and made it a little bit easier on myself, but apparently that's not what I was about today. So there we go. I'm just going to bring in my scissors. I'm actually going to bring in my trash can and just kind of trim it right over trash. That'll lessen the little flyaways that I have. Alright, there we go. So, how is that? Gorgeous, right? And I have some rhinestones here. I believe these are carrying over also. When we did it in club, they used some of their gems that they had gotten when they joined the club. And I'll show you those in just a minute. There we go. So that is the card. And I actually think I'm going to put a little glue dot behind that white ribbon. Kind of is sneaking down there. And I want it to stick up behind there. So I'm just going to set my glue dot in there. Lift my ribbon up. And put it right on there. Okay? And then this is with the rhinestones. And this one has the little gems on it. Okay? And then we have our big card. Oh, let me just, I'm going to stamp a little happy birthday on that coordinating envelope here. Oh, I already put everything away, so there we go. So I'm just gonna, this is my coordinating envelope here, and just right on the back of it, I'm gonna stamp a little happy birthday. There we go. I always forget my envelopes, and especially when I'm doing a video, I don't normally do my envelopes and everything at that point. But because I am cleaning, I'm going to do it all. Okay, so this card is a little bit bigger. It is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So you still get that 4 1/4 size. That is our normal card. But instead of being 5 1/2, it's 6 1/4. Okay, so we have this frame from the Fabulous Frames die cuts, and we have these. Let's get these little pieces out. Okay, so we have this beautiful flower we're gonna do, and I forgot which stamp set that was from. Darn. I'll have to post it in my link when I'm done. I'll post it there and let you know which one it was, because right now it's not popping it in there. So we're going to use some Starry Sky with a blending brush for this one, which is going to be kind of a fun. So I am going to take my flower and stamp it on a piece of scrap basic white in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Oh, I'm not sure how I managed that, but I managed to get in there and muck it up. But that's okay, because we're going to cut it out, so it won't make a difference. All right, and we have a piece of designer series paper that is cut 4 inches by 2.5 inches. And I'm going to put that right on the bottom of my card. Okay, let's get this out of the way here. And I'm just going to attach that with some regular Stampin' Seal. I don't mean my Seal Plus for this. And you can use either side of the paper that you want. It doesn't have to be the same side I'm using, or even the same piece of paper that I'm using if you don't want. Okay, I'm going to just burnish this one more time. It looks like I burnished it kind of crooked. So I'm going to pull this up a little bit. There we go. See if I can get it a little bit straighter. Okay, much better. And now I can see my paper is a little crooked. Okay, it's going to be all right. And I'm going to take a piece of this white ribbon and cut it just a little bit more. This is that white frayed ribbon that we just used, and we're going to use the opposite piece of it. So again, I'm going to cut just this edge. The girls at class were a little tired of fraying ribbon by the time they were done. But I think they liked the effect that they were getting with it. So again, I'm just going to start pulling these pieces off. And I'm going to pull them this time in a smaller amount so they're easier to pop off or to pull out, whatever you want to see with that. It's a little staticky down here today. Okay, and I think that should be enough. So what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to tie them in a knot right in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to take these and tie it in a knot in the middle, just like that. Super easy. I'm going to save that because I can use that for a different card. It doesn't have to always be on this one. So let's get these little pieces off and out of the way. And again, I'm going to add the Stampin' Seal Plus on the ends of this one. That one always seems to elude me when I want it. So I'm just going to add it on the end. And what I'm going to do is spread this out so it kind of fans out on the edges. So you have this sort of a look, and I'm just pressing it into my adhesive on the back. And I'm going to do that on both ends. sure why that is not sticking back there. Okay, so now it's all pressed in back there and popping right back off. We're going to put some dimensionals on it, so I'm not going to really worry about it too much right now. I am going to come in and take some more adhesive and put it right on top of it. And I'm going to do that over here on this end. This end is really flapping around. There's just one little piece. There we go. One little one that doesn't want to follow the crowd, right? Okay. So, if you guys need a catalog from me, normally if you've placed an order in the last 6 months of $50 or more, I will send a catalog to you. If you don't know if you have or want to make sure you're going to get one for free, just text me, drop a comment below. We can pre-order catalogs on April 4th. So as soon as I get them in my hands, I'll get them in your hands, which probably will be closer to the end of April, the beginning of May. May 3rd, I believe, is the day that you can start ordering from the new catalog. And I will be doing some my usual in color club, and I will also be doing a new color club. We're going to get 11 new colors. How exciting is that? I cannot wait. They're going to be core colors, and they will include some returning in colors, which I think is really fun too. Okay, so I put some dimensionals on the back of this piece of Starry Sky paper, and that little circle goes someplace else. So let's bring in our little happy birthday. I have some script paper here. I am going to stamp happy birthday on my little piece of script paper, and I can see my words did not get on that on the stamp in the center. They're like way towards the top of my stamp. So I'm going to be sure, I'm actually going to stamp it upside down, because that's going to give me a better idea of where it's going to be. And I'm not worried about whether it's straight or not, because we are going to die cut it. But I do want to bring in my die cut and make sure I've left enough room up there. Yep, I'm good with that. Okay. So let's put that aside for now. I'll need to get out my pretty little boho mini machine for that. Get this sticky off here. And I am going to squeeze my ink pad together. And that's going to put ink on the top of it. So I'm going to take one of my blending brushes. And this has 2 fine tips to it, one on each end. And you're going to clean it just like this, okay? And then I'm just going to pick up color in here and color my flower with it. I want kind of a darker color in this little part here and in the center of my flower. So that's where I'm going to start, because when I ink it up there, that's when it's going to have the most ink on it. So I'm going to use that in the places that I want to be the darkest. And as I go out, the color is going to lighten up. I can add more color. And just color my whole flower with it. If you want it darker, you can just keep going and adding more and more color as you go. And again, you can make it as light or as dark as you want. Can't forget about this little guy, can we? We're just going to go in and add some color. I always like to leave a little bit of white space in there. Not too much, but a little bit. And this technique is always good with shimmery paper or thick cardstock, just because you're going to be adding a little bit of water with your ink. Okay, and I'm not sure it's water or alcohol with that blend, but for some reason I think it's glycerin water. Okay, so here we go. And I am going to I kept my little sticky notepad here, my little post-it note. So I'm going to take my clear sheet, my little clear plate here, and I'm going to put my image on it with my die right on top of my stamped image. And I'm going to put the sticky part up there. And I think I have plenty of room that I can do a little ride along with this guy. So I'm just going to cut that little end off there. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab another post-it note. And you can use postal tape too if you want post-it note tape. I have a little dispenser of it that I haven't brought over here, and I really need to add it to my little goodie box because it's perfect for this. And then I don't have so many little Post-its going around. So I'm just going to stack these on top of each other. And again, they're going to be beveled when they get in here. I'm just going to put my hand on the top. And there we go. We're just going to crank it through there. Sometimes it gets that crickety sound like it's as old as I am. You guys, does it happen to you when you, when you sit for a while, when you stand up? Every bone like cracks and makes little noises. Okay, so there's our happy birthday. And there's our gorgeous flower. And toss that stuff. Put these in my little box. Get these out of the way. And start bringing in all of those goodies I had set aside. All right. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Here's my frame. I think that's all that I need, okay? So I'm going to start with my sentiment. I'm going to pop it up on some dimensionals. I'm going to use some dimensionals because I want it to sit over top of this knot. So if I just put regular Stampin' Seal on it, you would see that little bump in it. We don't want a bump. So we are going to, let's get this over here. Just take the backs off of these. And pop it up in the middle. And I'm going to actually take my middle dimensional out because it is right on top of the bump. There we go. Okay, and then I am going to cut some dimensionals on the edges here. I do have some mini dimensionals. Let's see where those, right in my tray where they're supposed to be. Imagine that. Look at there. Woo! I love it when it looks like it should, huh? It's like I was ready to end all my self-sabotaging here and just put things where they belonged and where I could find them. So a little bit of organization in my head pays off sometimes. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these in half. And these are our mini dimensionals, and they are very tiny, but I'm going to put them behind this frame, so I want them to be even tinier. Isn't that a gorgeous oval frame? I love it. So let's just put some of these little dimensionals around the edges of it. These are sometimes you'll get dimensionals in your paper pumpkin kits that will be small like this. This is perfect to put them on here with your scissors or your take your pick tool. I'm just using my fingers. Although I do have my take my pick tool here. If you're a tool person, grab the tools that make it easiest for you. And let's add a few more. I don't know that I'm going to add that many more, but I'm going to add a few. There we go. And one more in there. I think that should hold it. So these I'm just going to put right back on my paper here, and I can use those again later, and they'll already be cut for me. So let's peel off the backs of these. I don't know about you guys, but I always manage to get the backs of my dimensionals stuck everywhere. So I've been making an effort to peel them off right over my trash container. And that way they go right into my trash and not all over. Sometimes that's a hard thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to put this right on here. I'm going to make it just about touch. There we go. And then I'm just going to add some Stampin' Seal, regular Stampin' Seal to the back of my flower and put it right inside there. Very, very pretty card. And I am going to go ahead and stamp my flower down in the corner of this envelope. And I'm just going to let that sit for a minute while I add some little bling to my card here. And I'm just going to add it just like that. Now how fun is that? So that is with my bling. And then this one is with the sequins that came with their birthday club kits. So really quick, fun cards today. I will post one of them with my video so you can see it. And let's get my blender pen back out, and we'll just quickly color it. And I'm not going to worry about sticking something inside there because this is going to be a little bit lighter than with the blends. Coloring with the blends will blend through your envelope and you'll be able to see it on the other side. This one doesn't necessarily do that. The blends are a little bit lighter, and so they won't bleed through. So we're just going to quickly color. I don't know if you guys color people or not, but just quickly color it. There we go. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Let me pop down and see if anybody has any questions. I have love the effect of the fraying. Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting better at it. I'm glad you keep trying, Denise. I love these cards too, and they're so easy. I'm sure by now you have used up most of your memories and more cards from that packet just making these cards. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. I hope that you have a lovely, lovely afternoon. And again, here's the 2 cards that we made today. Bye-bye, everybody.